What's up, fellow lords of gaming, and welcome back to another episode of Marvel Future Fight. So let's jump into this update. First of all, I'm going to rag on the update for what it is because it took me nearly an hour and a half to download this update because there are currently some issues going on. They're known issues and they're asking for our understanding, but I think it's bullshit that you would release an update where players can't even do this. I mean, they're asking players to basically restart their device, to delete the whole entire game, to reinstall the game, to delete the Android system web view, to reinstall the Android system web view. I mean, the stuff that they're asking for you to do is asinine. If I've got to go in and delete Android system stuff that's inside my phone or inside my emulator or inside whatever I'm using in order to get your game installed, then something's wrong with your game, and I shouldn't have to go through that. So it is what it is. But let's jump into this update basically and see what we've got inside here. So essentially, Jesus Christ, throat is like parched for some reason as hell. But let's jump into this. So we've got team updates. So we've got some uniforms inbound for the game. Number one, I want to take a look at Echo. And the reason why I want to take a look at Echo is because this uniform is striking. It is her most powerful form in the game. It's the most powerful form she will ever have in the Marvel universe. She is the host of the Phoenix Force. Not imbued with the power. She is the legitimate 100% host of the uniform. Not Jean Grey, not Emma Frost, not Quentin Quagmire, not any of the people are currently the host of the Phoenix Force except for Echo. So she's not going to get any more powerful than this. And when this uniform was sold, we were sold this character as an exclusive character, and that wasn't even but a month ago. And yet here we are inside the month of March, maybe a month later after receiving this uniform, and we now have Marvel Studios Hawkeye uniform. So let's take a look at this uniform. So here we are with Echo, and Echo is she definitely looks like the actress that played her, that played the character. I don't know what the actress's name is off the top of my hand. That ponytail just looks weird as hell. Like it just like looks like a piece of doo-doo is just hanging on strings here. Like basically, you're not gonna tell me that you're looking at this uniform right here, right, where the detail feels lacking because everything feels flat, and that this uniform is better than this one. You are simply not going to tell me. Here goes the bad thing that the feeling that I have with the uniform, and I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you guys, right? I feel like these uniforms should have been released as synergy uniforms, especially within the time span that they were released. These could have easily been synergy uniforms, so that way we could have purchased both of them and basically used them. I feel like they should go back and make these synergy uniforms. Even more so to that point is that this is an exclusive character. So that means in order to collect this character and this Toon Collector as a game, you have to pay to collect this character. You've got to get the 10 bios or 5 bios, I think it is, to level her up and account for this character. It just is what it is. So let's take a look now at the skill effects that she has here. I haven't downloaded all my data because the game is just acting wonky. Let's take a look at these skills inside here. So let's go for her one skill inside here. A lot of hits on a one skill. A lot of hits on a one skill, especially like the one skill isn't doing anything but adding the stun damage. So that's a lot of hits to be on a one skill. I mean, it's 21 hits. That's basically happening across 3 characters. So it's just 7, but yeah, not a lot there, but okay. So then we go to our 2 skill. Gap closer with some iframes inside there, and it applies, what is this, stun, incapacitation and paralysis. So okay, next up, she's fast as hell, right? So next up is her 3rd. You notice that there was a heal there, or was that coming off her 2 skill? No, that's coming, I think that was all. Wait a minute, I gotta see this again. No, nothing there. No, okay. It's the 3 skill that's giving her heal, right? I forget about that. So it's automatically in the open, so we get the 15% recovery of max HP right there. What was that? It looked like M. Bison. That's what I felt like, right? All right, so 4th skill, she gets another heal, it looks like, on the 4th skill in the front end. Damn. She just kingpinned his ass. Yeah, so they get the heal right there on the 4 skill in the front end right there. Paralysis and the 15% recovery. It's always nice when the heal skill applies in the beginning of the skill. She's got a lot of iframes on this kit. 6 skill comes in. Yeah, I mean, it's better than a lot of, you know, awakened skills, but nothing to write home about it. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, to be like, this isn't bad, and this is definitely gonna be an upgrade from her from looking at the notes, but I'm still disappointed. These need to be synergy uniforms. They need to be synergy uniforms. That's just the absolute truth of the matter, is these two should have been synergy uniforms for an exclusive character. Bear in mind that in terms of leveling up this character, you're essentially looking at having to basically purchase another upgrade ticket for this character, because in order to level up the uniform, you're going to need bios, right? And if you don't have the bios, then you can't level up that character, right? That uniform. So that means that the best and easiest way for you to do this is to have a mega uniform upgrade ticket, so that way you can complete the uniform. So when you take all of that into account, that you're already paying the $20 for unlocking the character, and then the mega uniform upgrade ticket along with the tier 2 upgrade ticket in order to do those things with her, you're then gonna have to purchase. So you basically got a $70 character almost over here by the time you're all said and done. And she was literally released a month ago. Like, what the hell? So yeah, so that's Echo in a nutshell. I think that's definitely going to be out of the free to play range for a lot of people. But I guess the best thing to do there is to wait before you purchase her and see how she pans out in some modes. She's a speed type character, so nothing about her kit really says that she's PvP related. So we'll have to see where she is. Now, the really good thing about her kit, and I kind of glossed over this and I meant not to do that, is that if you look at Echo's skills and her passives, she's basically, her leadership is good across the board. Even in her base uniform, she gives a fire damage. So if you're playing flame type characters, then she's a really good leadership for those. And then if you look at her passive as well, even this passive where she gets the increased fire resist by 25% but increases damage to all elements, that's not necessarily the best element damage to them, but it's still pretty good. But if you look at her other uniform inside here, her leadership changes inside there as well, and she still gets a she still gives off a nice benefit to other characters. So I mean, she can be a support. She can be a nice support character for other characters, especially like the Hawkeye. I think the Hawkeye and the 2 Hawkeyes now, I guess, Hawkeye and Kate Bishop characters will benefit a lot, because decrease in chain hit damage by 20% when attacked, and then ignores the target's dodge rate. This could potentially be used inside of World Boss, or not World Boss, inside of PvE, but we'll have to see how she pans out. Let's see. So next up, we've got Hawkeye Ronin and his new uniform. Well, not Ronin, is not his uniform. We're basically looking at the Marvel Studios hero suit. This was the most recent one. So let's take a look at this uniform. I actually like this uniform. It's not bad. This actually, no shit, looks like Jeremy Renner. Like, we finally have another uniform where it actually looks like Jeremy Renner. And to be honest with you, this is a pretty good looking uniform. I like the detail, especially looking at the detail on his I don't know, his backpack here. Like, there's a lot of detail there. The smoothness of the suit and the detail on this looks pretty good. Like, yeah, I like this uniform. It's not a bad looking uniform. Not a bad looking uniform at all. Initial impressions so far have been that he's probably going to be taking over the god tier of speedership leads, maybe better than Sam Wilson, Captain America. So, but we'll find out. Let's take a look at some of his skills inside this uniform. No, bro, go back to the uniform. I want to see your uniform. You don't own his uniform. Move to the uniform room. I am going to purchase this uniform. I haven't leveled up Hawkeye, but I will T3 him at some point. So let's see, let's get a preview on his skills. Now, he's got a complete kit rework, 100% rework on his kit. So let's see what we got here. So we've got one skill. Oh wow, that had a lot of range on it. Like, you notice there was characters in the back over here that got hit by that. Lot of range on that. Wow. That's actually pretty good. And on this skill, nothing is really being applied except bleed damage, which is nothing, right? Like bleed damage, nobody cares about that. His 2 skill, nice gap closer, doesn't, oh, okay, so we get, let's see, oh, nice. I like that little at the end. So we roll in, he doesn't have any invincibility until about midway through to the skill. That's a long skill. Like that is an extremely long skill animation. Like, let me see, I gotta count that off. Let's see, that's a long skill animation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's almost like 10 seconds into that whole entire skill animation. That's ridiculous. And then his 3rd skill. So this skill right here has the counter on it, and it gives you the 20% recovery of max HP. I like the way that arrow looks. I don't see the heal in the beginning. This might be the bad part, because if you notice when I cast the skill, the heal doesn't happen until about 3 seconds in. So what I'm gonna have to do is turn on the AI so that way I can get the AI to attack. And let's see how this looks when it goes. Oh man, I don't know. That's weird, because the heal doesn't come in until later. So it's definitely a different skill that you see happening here, but like he summons up that skill and it just shoots off a shoots off a nice like spiraling looking arrow. But you notice that when he does his 3rd skill here, he automatically jumps in the air and fires down on characters. So it's a little bit different. I can't see if the arrow is actually spiraling out. It's just a area of effects skill, I guess, when he does that. So it's the fact that the heal doesn't come into midway between the skill, that part's a little concerning. But you know, we'll have to see what happens with that. It's weird because this skill looks like it's his Ronin skill right here in his 4th ability. So his counterattack skill does have a lot on it. Like you can see, it has stun, silence. So at the very least, if you hit the skill in the beginning, you're stunning somebody, so that way you can then get the 20% recovery of max HP, and you're going to generate the 100% immunity all damage. So I guess maybe in that regards, it doesn't really matter that the heal happens about 2-3 seconds into the skill. So let's take a look at his 4th skill. Gap closer. It looks like he did my man pull a Superman? Hold up. I think he just pulled a Superman. He literally zip lines away, does a costume change in the sky to Ronin. Does a costume change to Ronin, and then zips back in as Hawkeye. All right, that's dope. When we saw the skill on stream, I don't know why I thought that it was summoning in Ronin, like supposed to be like, I thought maybe it was supposed to be Kate Bishop tag teaming up with him in the Ronin uniform, since she wore the Ronin uniform in the show. No, that's legitimately him pulling a Superman. He literally zips up into the sky. My man said da 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 Ronin. I love it. That's cool. I like the thematics there. Good job, guys. Good job. So we got his his 4th skill is just applying bleed damage paralysis, but it's going to give you that increase boost attack, increasing your basic damage by 80% for 1 attack, and that lasts for 8 seconds. So like you just roll into the next skills for that one, right? So that it's gonna be funny to see when you would cancel that animation. I'll play around with these animations. So then we get the 5th skill, right? Oh wow, that was cool. Hold on, because that was out of, gotta do that from here. That was out of. So he fires off 3 arrows, fires off some more arrows. So the first 3 arrows basically comes back as like the Hank Pym particle arrows. Boom, boom, boom. You shoot in the bottom, boom, boom, boom. That's pretty cool. This is thematically a really cool uniform. I like this. And then we get his tier 3 ability. He's the last Avenger to get his tier 3, but we finally have it. So he puts 2 arrows down on the ground. And holy shit, look at the detail on that. Wow. Go back to this and look at the detail on this, on that skill. You know what I gotta do? Let me turn SFX on for this. Let's turn the SFX on for that. So let's go his 5th skill. I like this 5th skill. 5th skill is cool. I hope canceling out of it. So you can cancel out of it pretty quickly and still get the benefits of the skill. because I'm literally 5 into 4 as soon as he finishes off the arrows, and then immediately going there. That's pretty cool. Let's see his 6th skill. So you notice he puts the 2 arrows down, and he's actually picking up the 2 arrows that he has. That is a dope ass skill. I'm gonna be honest with you. That is a like thematically, Hawkeye's uniform here has some pretty cool looking skills. I'm pretty excited about that. I'm gonna give you guys individual videos for each of these. So this is just a preview video of those stuff. Let's wrap it up with Kate Bishop, who I thought Haley Steinfeld, I hope I'm saying character's name, actress's name right. Haley Steinfeld, I think she did like a really good job portraying the character. I really do. And wow, I like the uniform. They did a really good job on these uniforms. Ponytail, the hair looks great. Does that look like Haley Steinfeld to me? No. The ashes on the knees, I could have did without the ashes on the knees, but overall I think like it's weird because like the top from like waist up, this uniform looks amazing to me. Not as much detail on her quiver as what was there on Hawkeye, but I like this uniform. I do. The really great part about both Kate Bishop and Hawkeye is that they're both free to play characters. You don't have to do anything to get them. So these are going to be relatively easy characters for all players to level up, awaken T3. And if they're powerful, it's going to be really, really cool. Really good for the characters overall. So let's see what her skill changes are. She also has sweeping changes. Like I said to you guys, the hard part about seeing certain characters get level ups is that you're trying to pair off what the level ups are for the character in like the current meta. And you want to see whether those characters fit. But this is going to be a major upgrade for this character regardless. Like, you know what I mean? Like, regardless, this character is going to be seen as a huge major upgrade. I don't even know when we got this uniform, right? But it's going to be a major upgrade just because of that. And like you can see, she has 7 change skills inside here. So let's take a look at the preview on these skills. Nice little entrance for her, and then she pulls off the like the model pose. So first skill, she gets very pedestrian there, but I mean, we knew her first skill wasn't really doing much anyways. It's just a slow animation for me. But then we go into her second skill. I like that, and it's not bad. It's like she's like walking you down as she shoots her arrows. I don't like that it closes distance so much on enemy. Let's see how far away I can do it. Now she literally like runs her way into the enemy. I don't know. We'll have to see about that one. Her Sue skill is also not really applying anything. Like, I hate to say it, but shock damage, bleed damage are 2 skills that really, they don't amount to anything in this game. So to see those on ability, it is whatever. Her third skill, so she's got, ooh, damn. I love the way that fire looks. They definitely look like they like retooled up the way the fire looks inside there. So her third skill, she has the true damage accumulation on this skill. So rotating this inside your skill is going to be important for how you're going to use. That has a lot of hits on it, and it looks really cool. To be honest with you, especially she gets the, what you call it, their game is like suffering today. It's crazy because you can see every time I cast a skill, she's like the screen's almost going into a tearing effect. But let's see anyway. So her fourth skill, oh, that's pretty dope. So it's like she summoned a shot. Wow, holy shit. Wait, I want to see that skill again. So she gets a decrease all basic attacks to the enemies, and then she gets a frenzy buff of 35, 10, and 20, and immunity to all damage. So that's good because that means she's entering into the skill here, and she's having that. So you can look at the skill stats up here for what you're getting when you cast a skill. So you can see that acrobatic shot, and you can see the immunity here. So the whole time that she's in the iframe in the beginning, she doesn't have the immunity. Yeah, she doesn't have, no, she does have the immunity, excuse me. So it's a little weird. They started off where the immunity automatically happens, but it's cool because it's still up until she hits back into that iframe. So you're pretty much safe in that entire time, because you have 5 seconds the immunity, and then she entered back into the iframe before she fires off the last few shots there. Actually a pretty cool skill. So she gets the summons in with Hawkeye. That's so cool to me. I like it a lot. and the skill looks amazing. So this is what she's getting on the 5th skill: the burn damage, the stun. She gets defense down here, the 20% of recovery for her HP. Let's see where that 20% of recovery actually takes effect. Right in the beginning of the skill. Awesome. Love it. Love it. That's good. Now let's see her T3, or her T3, her awakening, because she basically gets this one with Echo. So it's basically the same skill as what was happening with Echo inside there. I like the uniform. It's going to be an upgrade for her regardless. It's just going to be whether she how she comparatively pairs into the comparatively fits inside the meta currently. So we've basically got 3 speed characters in this update. Now to finish out the video, want to just basically give you guys some update about some of the new features that they have inside the game. Namely, one of the things that is inside here for your inventory is going to be your ability to upgrade these items inside here. So like your awakening crystals. So for matter of fact, why did I do that? Let's go back to my team. I think Renner might, I'm gonna end up calling him Renner just because, yeah, because he just looks like that. So when we're now going to awaken characters, we can relay awaken these ESOs, which to me is very beneficial. You can see the quick enhance right here, which would just normally do the enhance, but now you can see I also have the relay awakening. So I can relay awaken the character inside here by selecting whatever it is that I want to select, and I can say what the awakening tier is. Why is it only letting me do 1? This is odd. Why is it only letting me do 1? Okay, there you go. You know what? Actually, I'm such an idiot. That was actually part of the known issues, is that they added the feature in and there's something broken with it. So you basically have to take off the quick enhance from the relay. I think it was, they mentioned in the notes, you have to take off the quick enhance in order to do the relay awakening, and they don't plan on fixing this, however, though, until the next update. Yeah, so it basically says inside the known issue patch notes that there's a couple of issues here. The issue of enhance button being displayed as auto change option for custom gear that are 5-star or under when auto change option is turned off for the custom gear. And then they have the issue of the ESO 8, the intermittent issue of the error that you guys just saw on screen. Intermittently occurs upon using boost ESO 8 as awakening material. Please use other ESO 8 if you are facing this issue when awakening ESO 8 consecutively. My problem with this is why would I use other ESO 8 in order to do this? Like, feasibly, this does not seem like a really good solution to tell players to use other ESO material, because those other ESOs are more valuable in terms of holding on to them, so that way you can apply them to other characters than boosted ESO. That's the whole reason why we have boosted ESO, because we want to be able to apply the boosted ESO to the awakening. Now, sadly, you can see that there's also network connectivity issues with the game currently, and they don't really have clear solutions for it. So other than that, I wanted to go show you guys the story mode, because there has been some updates to the story mode as well in terms of your auto play, auto repeat functions inside there. And this is really good in my opinion. So I'm really looking forward to now being able to play story mode. Where I'm getting energy from to play story mode on a daily basis is another question entirely, but I will be playing some story mode now that I can auto play that feature, because I've pretty much unlocked most of the story, and the only thing that's been holding me back is that you have to actually 100% play that mode. So it just takes such a good deal amount of time, but as beast mode gaming has shown and proved, if you take the time to play that, the rewards are very rewarding. You most likely will end up with enough rewards inside there within a month that you can level up characters. So if you're missing out on not playing that, you might want to consider it. All right, guys, until next time, peace.